Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the BNK show. Today, we have something a little bit different for you guys. We're going to be having a special guest with us. So, it's going to be me, Kamish, and then we also have Houston. I guess we're just going to have Houston tell us a little bit about himself, stuff like that, so you guys get to know a little bit more about our guest, and then I guess he'll just hand it off to whoever he wants. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Houston.
Well, guys, thanks for having me. It's cool to be here. Yeah, so as you said, my name's Houston.
H-Town.
I used to go to I used to go to high school with both these guys, and during that time, I was kind of just like a sports guy. Just did some, a lot of sports stuff, and was a good boy. Got his good grades, and yeah, So now I'm in college, Southwest, and doing my thing, and you know, stuck in quarantine like everyone else. So, life couldn't be better. So, but yeah, I'm glad to be here and thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We're
man.
glad to have you,
Wow.
bruh.
Yeah, for sure.
So, H-Town, you said you were into sports. Does that mean you play like all sports?
Basically, when I came out of the womb, I was just a super freak. I mean, basically, I played literally everything. I played from golf, basketball, football. Um,
Nice, nice.
Do you have a favorite sport? Like if you had to only play or watch one sport for the rest of your life, do you
I
know what it
think
would
I know
be?
this answer, man. I think I know what it is. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
I know too.
I've really been fascinated with ping pong, but it'd have to be basketball just because
Looking as
it's been my my love since day one. But yeah, so
man.
Awesome.
What kind of person sits and watches ping pong, bruh? Like those folks really wasting their
people
life.
who are really into fast movement and very it's kind of like tennis. I mean, but
Ugh,
just like but smaller and more competitive, in my opinion.
whack.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the lower, like the less watched kind of stuff is actually really good. If you guys have ever seen, it's not really a sport, but it's more like a competition. Like it's like national tag competition. Those guys are fucking crazy quick.
Wait, that's a
It's
thing.
literally like tag on a national level. It's crazy.
So hold up. They have like all of America to play, and there's the boundaries of the oceans and the borders, and they just
No,
play.
no, 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 no. It's like a competition held in like a course, and like it's literally tag, and it's like different nations, like the UK, United States, stuff like that, and they go up against each other, and they're like so quick. It's like It's like super fun to watch. Not gonna lie, but
Man,
it's crazy.
that's like watching Olympic walking. Isn't that a sport?
I mean, yeah,
Whack. I really do wonder who watches Olympic walking as a sport. Damn. I bet they don't
there's a lot
have.
of non-essential sports. Okay, you just gotta find them.
That's true.
Like those guys who in England go chase down that cheese down that like really
Oh
steep
yeah,
hill,
yeah. I saw
Yeah,
that. I
and
saw
they're
that
yeah.
like
before.
breaking their entire bodies for it. That's hardcore.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's
They
funny.
just got fucking bored. That's what happened. That's when that sport was created. People were just fucking sitting around bored and was like, "Oh, let's chase some cheese."
Man, that better be some good ass cheese if I'm gonna be chasing that. But what about you, Alan? You play any sports?
No, man. I used to play football. I like recently. I've been getting into hockey. I really like hockey. I don't think I would ever play it. I mean, like, holy crap, those guys take one hell of a beating in the game.
Typical
I like
Caucasians, yes.
rugby. Rugby's pretty cool.
Everything you listed there
But yeah,
was what a
man.
typical Caucasian would say.
What do you mean?
I'm just messing with you, Bryce, but that's pretty cool, man. You watch hockey and shit.
Yeah, man. Hockey's pretty cool. I've been watching that recently. Rugby's pretty awesome too, but that's more like a UK sport. Uh,
Well, really,
yeah,
I
man.
thought I thought a bunch of people here played rugby. Well, it's probably because we're in the South, and a shit ton of people play rugby down here. But,
Yeah, man. No, I
bruh,
haven't seen a lot of like. It's mostly in like the UK. and stuff like that. Like, there's not that many soccer games, at least here, that I know of. Most of them are like UK and other parts of the world. The United States isn't really like part of that, you know. It's the same thing with rugby. Like every other country but us is like a big part of it.
Damn. Okay. Now you think about joining the rugby league, Bryce?
Dude, have you seen how brutal that game is?
I
People
have.
like you will like die on the field and they won't care. They will not stop the game.
I've not seen that shit, but you should definitely play. I'm just messing with you, Bryce.
You got any fucking sports, Cam? What do you like, man?
What do I like? Well, recently I've been playing soccer with the homies. I even took H-Town to play soccer with me and my hombres. But but yeah, me and my friends been playing soccer, bro, at Johnson Park. It's pretty live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But all my life I've grown up playing soccer and basketball. Definitely basketball throughout middle school, and then in high school I spent a little 2 years dabbling in lacrosse. But that's pretty much it, bro. Ball is life.
I remember when I was in like an elementary school, something big that was like huge at my school was kickball. Did you guys ever like have
Hell
that? Did
yeah,
you guys,
bro.
Yes, dude.
Hell
It
yeah.
was like the second reason we'd come to school besides learning.
I know, bro.
Right.
Kickball was the shit. I'm not gonna cap with y'all, but when I first moved here from India, I didn't really know English a lot, so my first and second grade, they were all spent during recess like collecting rocks and shit. Cause like there was this other like immigrant kid, and me and him didn't really know English, and so we just fucking walked around the fucking little place and just collected rocks. And I found this one little fossil thing, and my teacher was like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be rich! Keep collecting fossils and shit." But definitely that was a big part of my childhood, aside from kickball, collecting rocks.
Nice.
Thank you, H-Town. But I think I don't know what happened to that kid, bro. I'm pretty sure he works at Kroger now, but I still don't think he learned English. I feel bad for the man. Maybe I should go teach him someday. But that was a really nice dude.
That's actually a step up for you, because most kids I saw who collected rocks just eat them.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro. Man, I use rocks to learn English. That's all I can say.
It's not a bad way to learn English.
Man, you know, Foursquare was another good ass sport in my school, bro.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, that was huge as well.
Yeah. God damn, bro. Fucking elementary school was the time of my life, bro. It was a good ass time.
Foursquare, kickball, and tetherball were like the shit.
Now, we weren't that rich to have tetherball, but maybe in California, Bryce, where you probably had some tetherball.
We only had one. And every time it broke, it'd be down for like
Man,
months.
we had a bus lot with paint and a ball. That's all we had. What about you, H-Town?
Hmm?
How was your recess?
Well, if it wasn't kickball, we had like this like slab of like concrete that wasn't even like a full basketball court. It was like really small, and we wouldn't even play with a basketball. We just get a dodgeball from the kickball kids, and we would just play basketball with that until like middle school, where we actually had a basketball, and we could play with that. And middle school, like 6th grade, that was like right before I came to Collierville,
Mm-hmm.
so where they had nicer stuff.
You know, one of the saddest periods of my life was when I went to middle school and I realized there wasn't any PE. Like, I was heartbroken, bro. That shit really took a big toll on me.
Yeah.
But
No.
Alan, trying to think. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You're lucky, dude. When I was in middle school, like
Mhm.
even through my high school, when I was still in California,
Yeah.
they had us like running miles weekly, like
middle
5
school?
miles in middle school and like 10 miles in high school.
In high school, hold up, we went to the same high school and we didn't run shit.
Nah, dude. When I took my first half of my freshman year at a high school in
Oh yeah, yeah,
California.
yeah. You told me. So you told me y'all ran
Yeah.
10 miles?
Yeah, dude. And you know what's even worse? On my last day at this high school, right?
Yeah.
We had a triathlon. We had to swim, we had to bike, and we had to run. It was the worst.
I did those for fun back in the day, Alan. What you got? You ain't got nothing on me.
Nah, dude, it was fucking terrible. You're a little tadpole freshman, okay, and you have to do all this shit. It is.
Hold up,
It
y'all
did
had a
not
pool back in
prepare
your high
me.
school?
Huh?
Y'all had a pool back in your high school?
Yeah, we had a pool. We had a weight room. We had two gyms.
Yeah. Bro, there was this project we did for film class, and I was interviewing a bunch of freshmen, and I was like, "Hey, I'll sell you a pool pass for $5." And the kid started to open up his wallet, and I was like, "Chill out, bro. There's no pool."
I mean, shit.
Kamish, I saw news.
Wait, what did you
Apparently,
say?
like the whole toilet paper thing's kind of been like a huge plague besides the disease itself.
Yeah.
And basically, what happened was they pulled this truck over,
Mm-hmm.
and they found 18,000 pounds of toilet paper in the back of this dude's truck.
What the fuck?
So, like, basically, it's like a drug bust, but with toilet paper. And
Did he catch any charges?
dude, I am just like overwhelmed. Like, it's just ridiculous at this point.
Dude, people
That's
are going
funny as
crazy over this pandemic.
Like, there is literally like this thing going on where like basically like cocaine or weed or something like that, but it's like but it's toilet paper. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. You have like people who have toilet paper dealers now. Like, seriously, like people they know.
Man,
And
there
it's
used to
people
be
like
memes of that shit, and now it's actually real.
It's crazy.
God damn, bro. Hold up.
Right now,
18 tons of toilet paper? That's a shit ton, bro. Oh,
It's a
fuck.
decent amount.
Hell no, that's too much, bro. You know, I was watching this one video, and it was like, what if the world runs out of toilet paper? And then they said like 4.2 billion people in the world don't even use toilet paper. Like, they just use bidets and shit. But they were saying, like, in North America, if we ran out of toilet paper, people are gonna start using, like, books and shit and magazines. That'll be funny as fuck,
the rest
bro.
of the world's already ahead of us, dude. They're using bidets and shit.
Bruh.
Like, that's like the most common thing.
Imagine walking into a library, bro, and just... It's funny as shit. But what would you do, Houston, if you ran out of toilet paper?
Well, I already thought about it because I remember like the scary thought of not ever getting toilet paper, because my mom would always come back from the grocery store and just be like, "Yeah, I couldn't find it. Oh, yep, it wasn't there. Yep." I'm like,
Damn.
"Oh, well, this is actually real." But I was just thinking, well, I don't really need it to survive. So like, what can I use or reuse that wouldn't be bad? And I was thinking, well, I could use my towel.
You could use your
and just wash
smartphone.
it.
It's water resistant.
Yeah, but also, yeah, and if it comes to it, I would get in my shower and take care of business.
I mean, he's not wrong though. That's fucking
Yeah.
genius. You know, you're not
Yeah,
using any
that's true,
toilet
bro.
paper anymore.
I
mean,
just hit up my local
these are-
library.
These are troubling times, and they call for troubling measures. So if I had to, I would do what needs to be done.
That's true, man. That's what survival is all about. You got to use your resources.
Yeah, man.
I learned that from my boy Bear Grylls, by the way. But
Dude, fucking Houston's gonna live through this. The rest of us are gonna be fucking panicked.
I'm gonna hit up the
Houston,
local
I don't
library.
even-
Houston has thought out
I wouldn't
every
bet on that.
single scenario in his head.
Well, Houston just gave you a survival tip, everybody. Just hop in your shower and just manage your business.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
Houston
sir.
has thought like 5 years ahead on this virus. He's ready.
Man, I'm so ready for this shit to end, though, bro. Like, I'm so tired of sitting at home doing nothing and shit. Like, God damn, bro. And I heard like pollution levels are down and everything, so that means you can actually see like this sky clearer in the city and shit. Well,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's good, but
Yeah.
I say the biggest thing right now is at least just be, like the whole thing we talked about in another podcast was that whole like job thing, dude. I was listening to the news the other day while I was on my way to work, and before this Corona stuff, the most people to file unemployment in a week was when Nixon was president, and it was 700,000 people. Because of this coronavirus,
Mm-hmm.
in 1 week, 10 million people did it. And
Hell
that's like a huge record from 700,000 is 10 million. That's insane.
That's too much, bro. Hey, bro. Houston. I got a quick question for you. So I was reading this article, and it was saying this is like a couple months ago, like a month ago or something, and it was like African Americans are like they can't catch the coronavirus because of pigment and like because their skin is darker and stuff, and they were like saying, yeah, us African Americans can't get it. Like if you look in the news, no immigrant has gotten it and shit. And I read another article like a week ago, and it was saying African American communities are the hardest hit by coronavirus. It's kind of crazy. Like it really hit them hard. I don't know where I was going with that, but
I was about to say, dude, where are you leading with this? Because
Well,
he
I
has
guess you already
nothing to
answered my
say
question.
about this topic.
yeah. No, but it kind of makes sense though. Like why? Not to be racist or anything, but it kind of makes sense because African Americans are the front line right now. They're like the fast food workers, the grocery store workers, and like they really are like seeing people day to day and stuff. So I kind of understand why they're hard hit because most of like, all right, I don't know where I was going with that either, but
Golly, dude, come on. You gotta have it. You gotta have something lead to something, dude. You can't just
No,
fucking.
I see where he's going. That makes sense.
Like, continue it, man. Come on, Houston, get it. Continue.
yeah,
it.
Houston, continue, Houston.
I mean, where you're going with it, I mean, like, it's just nobody is immortal from the coronavirus. The coronavirus doesn't care if you're healthy, what age you are. It will find and it will ultimately try to make your life a living hell. I mean, that's just what it is. It's not like the flu. It's not like anything we've seen before. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. It's gonna do what it can to get to you, especially if if the other person next to you is not doing what they're supposed to do, like wear a mask or cover their mouth when they sneeze and cough and all that.
Yeah. That's true,
dude,
bro. Cause
I mean, I feel like the biggest reason that like this is becoming like a huge pandemic and everything's shutting down is because like if you look at all of the other viruses and everything else that we have had in the past, like the flu, the swine flu, the bird flu, everything like that, by this point in time, from like we knowing of its existence, we have had some kind of a vaccine or some way to battle it.
facts,
And with
yeah.
this one, we haven't had no like nothing at all. We have no information on how to battle it at all or anything.
Well, recent malaria drugs so far, or at least in France, they've been studying. 98% of them have been working, and then the hydrochlor something,
Chloroquine
that,
or something,
they've been
yeah.
talking about. That's been really successful. And what I've been seeing in the news is they have certain vaccines and stuff. However, they just,
yeah, they just
with the
haven't
vaccine,
been
you have to
approved by the
test it. You have to
FDA.
make sure it's,
Yeah, like
So,
we
I
have
mean,
we have
we're
countermeasures.
getting there, but obviously this is definitely going to take a long time though, because making a vaccine and all this other stuff and finding a cure for it, basically, like that doesn't just happen overnight.
Now
Yeah,
that's
it's
true,
gonna
Houston,
take
but
a
I
minute.
also feel like antibodies and prescription drugs would definitely like end this quicker. Cause like, do y'all know what antibodies are? Yeah. Well, for people that don't know, it's like when a person gets sick and they recover, it's like they take their blood and they take their white blood cells and stuff, and like they do some magic to it so they can inject it in other people to make them feel better. But if that technology is like more widespread and like more easier access, we could definitely shut this shit down real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
Well,
what I can't wait for is when this is when because I think they plan on doing it by state for like opening back up the country basically because some states may have it worse than others, but so they might be doing it state by state. But I can't just imagine once Tennessee where we live, me and Kamish, when it happens,
yep.
Dude, there's gonna be parties
LA,
everywhere.
no, not LA.
It's going to
Houston,
be chaos.
you already know who's gonna hit us up. The first person that's gonna hit us up, he's gonna be like, "You wanna hang?" And
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be
we'll keep him anonymous.
Yeah, hell, he's anonymous right now, but definitely it's gonna be. He even said he's gonna throw a party, didn't he? He was like, "Yeah, bro, the first thing I'm gonna do is," and I bet when college opens back up, bro, opens back up, there's gonna be parties, bro. A shit ton of parties.
But also you see so many people, a lot of people when they're in quarantine, they get bored and stuff. They're trying to learn new things. For example, I've been getting back in my language studies or practicing some other stuff. So
my boy, yes,
I can't wait to I kind of feel once it ends, they'll be like, oh, I completely forgot already. But I kind of want to see I want to see if people took their time and used it for something pretty cool or for something useful.
Facts, bro.
And you never know. Maybe we'll see someone who used to be stupid and ended up being one of the smartest people in the world because of quarantine. I don't know.
Now that brings us to an interesting point, Houston. Yeah. You know how stupid I am, right?
No.
So I've been starting to read books, bro. I never thought a day in my life I'd start reading books and shit. But I've actually quit playing PS4 and Xbox and started reading books, which is fucking crazy. But definitely, folks, use your time wisely. And yeah, pretty much. That's all I gotta say. So, Bryce, what you been using this time for?
Man, I've been working, I'm grateful I still have a job, but, man, that's what I've been doing.
You haven't been learning a new skill?
Huh?
You haven't been learning a new skill?
When I get home, I read, stuff like that. But, every day at work, I learn something new or learn multiple things that are new that I know are going to help me later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of look forward to going to work every day because I'm like, what am I gonna learn today? So
okay,
that's good.
Houston. Oh wait, I already know the answer to this. Never mind, buddy. But what new skill have you learned, bud? You got any cool shit?
Yeah. So basically, I've just been trying to learn a new language again because it used to be off and on, but basically I'll just pick a language and go on Duolingo. Which I know the app is kind of annoying because you have that bird looking around you on the other side of the room. Have you studied today? Have you done it? Because I have your family hostage until you learn some language today. And it's yeah, okay, I know, I got to do it. But but yeah, I've been using that a little bit, and that's kind of my main thing right now. Other than that, I guess I've been trying to I've been studying my religion a little bit more, just because through all college and other stuff, I've been so busy. I haven't been really to pay attention as much as I did in high school. So just kind of doing that a little bit, but yeah, so just little things.
Okay, so what language you learning, bro?
Well, during college or when I was still doing it, I was learning Dutch a little bit.
Deutsch, yeah.
And then, which honestly, it's not even that hard of a language at the beginning, but over time it will. But it's really a mixture of German and English, so it's kind of pick up on a lot of stuff. For example, the word for water in Dutch is water. So there you go.
Okay, all
and
right.
It's kind of stuff like that. And then but then right now for quarantine, I've kind of been learning some French.
Ooh, the love language.
Because that was the first language I wanted to study, besides obviously when I was in high school I was doing Spanish, but
yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I worked on Dutch for a while, but I was I don't know, I kind of want to go back to French and pick that up again. So I've been kind of doing that a little bit.
Man, French is a dope ass language, bro. I took that during high school, and the teacher I had was a great ass teacher, and she definitely made learning fun. But definitely
Dude,
go learn
Houston's
French.
gonna come out of this like knowing 8 languages
He's
fluently.
gonna be like, "Je suis, je m'appelle Houston." That means actually I have no clue. I'm pretty sure it means hello, I'm Houston. Pretty sure. I'm still rusty on my
Yeah,
French,
like
but
Je
yeah.
suis Houston. Like I think that means I am Houston. So
Yeah, there
see,
we
look
go.
at me. I'm freaking bilingual out here.
Damn, I see
I'm
you,
about
Houston.
You're gonna know like 8 languages, dude. You could like travel anywhere and speak their language fluently.
Jeez, man, this whole coronavirus thing is actually gonna be a positive thing in my life. Holy fuck!
Positive thing.
Who would have thought?
Man, that's true, bruh. All right, everybody. So that's our show for today. Everyone, thank Houston for coming in, being a guest on our show. Everyone, use your time wisely during this quarantine. And till next time, see the beauty in everything.